Houston, our instruments are showing that we have a incoming message from deep space. Repeat, Houston, we have an incoming message from deep space. Houston, we will begin playing message now. Houston, we're going to try and translate that up here. Hold for translation. Translation complete. We'll begin playing message now.
Hey, it's me, Melissa.
What do you do when the aliens invade? Take a shot of MK Ultra and watch Melissa Jade. Put on your tinfoil hat and tune right in. We got that crime spree, flat earth theories, government conspiracies. Conspiracies, a complex Mandela effects, unidentified objects, a mind expanding, fake moon landing, what it all bends understanding. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa. Aliens is on the sun or in Area 51. Time travels, unravels, haunted castles, cops are baffled, potential experimental thoughts that make you transcendental. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa. Crime sprees, flat earth theories, government conspiracies, complex Mandela effects, unidentified objects, a mind expanding, fake moon landing, what it all bends understanding. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Bodica, Frickets and Shiggles, Crime Crochet Cafe, Julian, Grateful Baba, Roro, Cool Gamer, Olivia Only. We have Julie, Debbie Doodles, Paris, Lorray. Hello. We have Michelle, Daniel, Grateful Mama, Lindsay, Fragile Like a Bomb, Carol, Alaskan Amber. Lisa says, I'm ready for Grusing. Yeah, we have the final part of the Grusing. Hell yeah. Hi, Richard. Grandma Cece, thank you. Hi, Lydia, Jade, Lori, Petunia, Secret Squirrel, Chloe Jade. Oh, Kim says, I lost my green color. Oh, no. Hi, con artist, harlot, people me. Okay, let me jump down. Hello, Mrs. Bend Over, Claudia, Riley, Shakdo, Marina. Oh, thank you, Richard. Hi, Christina J. It's that rocket science dude. I lost my spot. I'm not Roro. I knew it. I knew it 2 days ago, which I have to apologize that I did not end up going live yesterday, but I knew it 2 days ago. Remember when I said to you guys, I could feel it? Remember when I told you guys I could feel it in my throat and I knew I was getting sick? Well, yeah, it happened. And I've been miserable since yesterday. I am frickets and chickles, and my entire throat feels like lava. Um, but I couldn't take more than one night off, and I felt bad, and I really wanted to come on with you guys and finish the rest of this Grusing interview. Thank you, Roro. Oh, did you, Grandma Cece? I hope you feel better. I sound like it. Cry crochet Grusing. Oh, I love the name. I love it. Thank you. It's not rocket sciences. Thank you, Olivia Only. I will be fine. But I'm really anxious to finish this Grusing interview. And it's the last, we got a little bit over an hour to go. Oh no, Life at 50, make sure you're opted in. As long as you're opted in for gifted memberships, eventually you are bound to receive one. We have a very generous community here. That's your man. That's my man. Oh no, poor baby Claudia. Thank you, Lindsay. So before we begin, hi Homer Green. I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited. I've been waiting for the last bit of this. Because like as it ends, you have to remember Leticia claims she suffers a miscarriage during this interrogation. Hi, Helson, how's it crazy? Rolled me that's Trio Girl Mom. Hello, hello. I'm not sure what that means, Trish, but please be safe. Yes, Kathy. But we're gonna keep on Tisha style. So Leticia claims to have a miscarriage by the end of this interrogation, which I always thought was interesting. Curious Christine. Thank you. That's very, very kind, very appreciated. Thank you so much, Curious Christine. It's always been something that's been interesting to me. Hi, Hazel Eyes, because hi, Stars Align, Natasha. Sorry, I want to say hello to all of you. I've missed you all. It's always been interesting because Leticia was telling Al that she was pregnant and that she was begging him to essentially go to the sonogram appointments and the doctor's appointments with her. You guys, they did not exist. Hi, no, not today, Caleb. They didn't exist. And so it's interesting to know how Leticia's brain works, because where was she going to go, right? She wasn't pregnant. She didn't have a sonogram. So it makes you think, okay, what if Al played along and said, okay, sure, I'll meet you at your appointment tomorrow. She doesn't worry about the next lie until the next lie, and then she comes, but like, it's just insane to me that she was willing to have him meet her at a doctor's. You know what I like? Oh, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Well, that's what I'm saying, Crime Crochet. I know what she would have done. She either would have faked sonogram photos and never gone to the actual doctors, or moments before going to the doctor, she would have claimed she had a miscarriage. And we're going to see that exactly happen right here in this situation. Hi, Mindy. So before we get started, the missing child of tonight's live, and you might remember, it's Victor Dwight Shoemaker. He has been missing since May 1st, 1994, out of Kirby, West Virginia. He would be 35 years old right now. So the photo to the right is showed an age progressed photo to 32. He was last seen playing with children in the woods near Short Mountain. He left the group and he has not been seen since. He was last wearing red shorts and a red t-shirt. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of that missing 411, right? Like one moment they're there, one moment they're gone, never to be seen again, which is terrifying. So if you or anyone you know has any information on his whereabouts, please contact the West Virginia State Police Missing Persons Unit at the number located in blue, or your local FBI. And he is a cutie patootie. Look at that face. But it's it's so sad, Riley, but it's so terrifying. Like that, poof, that's it. Just gone and never to be seen since 1994, man. It scares me. It does. But we're gonna
under other names.
No.
Okay. So we have the final part of the Grusing interview. Are you guys ready? Hi, Jennifer. They're absolutely terrifying, Mrs. Bendover. Absolutely terrifying. So we have the last portion. It's a little over an hour, and we're gonna finish it out. And after this ends is when Leticia goes to jail. And we could watch her first court case, like when she was first arrested. That's like, you could see her in front of the judge and the ominous, she's like sitting between a few chairs and like kind of looking up. We could watch it all. Hi, Chezzy. So let's do it. Hi, Leanne.
crime online lady. That's the people that I talk to. Social media was like a crap show.
Yeah, but you've got on under other names.
No, I've had people sitting beside me.
Okay, so this is where we last left off, where Grusing is addressing the fact that Leticia has used alt accounts in Facebook groups. And Leticia at this point is throwing really Amy Lang under the bus for posting things under certain alt accounts. Dog mom. 2 months of my favorite chat ever. I love you all. We love you, dog mom, and thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are amazing. Thank you, dog mom. And anybody who watches, by the way, Bridgerton, the second half of the season is out today. If anybody's, I've been sick, so I binge watched the rest of Your Honor. I've restarted Game of Thrones. I watched Bridgerton all within the last 48 hours. He is. I would love to have Grusing on for an interview. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Amy Lang? I'm sorry. I meant Amy Bolton. Amy Bolton. I don't know if I said Amy Lang. I'm sorry if I did. Amy Bolton, not Amy Lang. She threw Amy Bolton under the bus. I'm so sorry. No, I said Amy Lang. I didn't mean to say Amy Lang. Amy Bolton. Amy Bolton. I apologize. She threw Amy Bolton under that bus because of that damn account. Again, what is it called? I keep forgetting. What's the name of it? Peyton Marie account. I just finished Vikings, Claudia, and I love Vikings. Yes, I'm sorry. You're welcome, Mrs. Bendover. So, this Peyton Marie account, Amy Bolton ran. I don't know if Leticia ever had access to it because they made posts that sound identical to Leticia, but at least Amy Bolton had access to it and did post as it. Not late at all, kitty cats. And Amy Bolton had access to that account all the way until a year after Leticia was arrested, a year after this interrogation, and still posted under Peyton Marie to defend Harley. Interesting.
People who were near me, people that were are my friends and family trying to defend me. Okay. But I have completely been trying not to have another miscarriage. Trying not to. So
I'll look
no.
for it, Lisa.
Yeah, people wanted to help me. But it's not about social media, people telling stuff. Yeah, if someone says something on social media, yeah, I went and looked up. People started saying stuff about this or that. Yeah, I went and looked it up because I wanted to know what they were talking about or the questions that they were saying or information or all these things. Yes.
Your argument isn't going to work, Leticia.
Argument about what?
Your argument that somebody took him. You're not going to be able to tell that story.
Okay.
If you help us today, find out where Gannon is. If you could, because I have 100% confidence that.
So again, just to point out where we left off with her body behavior, she is facing towards the door, away from Grusing, the wrong side in her chair, crossing of the arms, crossing of the legs, very closed off, not an open flow. Of communication. I'm trying to remember Olivia only. I feel like, yes, this was out before trial, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I have seen it. But what you're going to see in this last hour is Grusing take control. So in the last part that we watched, they left the room. Leticia fed the story to Grusing that when she went to Petco, that is where she met Angel and Angel's child or niece or nephew. I don't remember. And they were supposed to go on a play date. Angel was supposed to return Gannon back by 6 p.m. Never did. That's the official story. And ever since she's been back, she's very low energy, mumbling. She's not confident because she finally handed over the official story and it's not good. I don't want to talk about other creators, Homer Green. Respectfully, I just want to mind my own business.
You can tell me exactly where you last left Gannon.
Okay, now you're accusing me.
I'm just telling you what
Okay.
the research shows, what our investigation shows.
I'm
Then
glad that
listen.
you have research though. So,
It will look good. It will look much better for you.
I didn't do anything. So what do you want me to look better at? I didn't do
Are you
anything.
going to tell me right now that the last place you saw Gannon is
I'm not-
really
you're
him
fine,
getting
Homer.
into an Impala?
Sir, I'm not going to
Honey.
say anything because you're not trying to help me.
Finding Gannon.
Not trying to help me, aka I finally gave you my official version of events and you are not letting me walk out of this room. Thank you, Amanda. You are not letting me leave. So it all comes down to you're not trying to help me. Okay, Steve.
Help you.
Oh, yeah, I know. Don't
Wouldn't
you
it?
think that?
Then tell me where
Don't
he
you
is.
think that? Don't you?
I know it.
You really don't think that?
So tell me where he is and let me help you.
I don't know where he is.
Where did you last see him?
I'm not, sir. I'm not. You proved that you were not going to help me. Okay, you did. You proved you were not going to help me.
If you tell me where you last saw him, I can help you. I promise you that, Leticia.
I don't get it. Then her Gannon. I mean, I don't know how to write that out, say it in 10 different languages.
So what do you want me to say? You didn't hurt Gannon? Did you kill Gannon?
No. No.
Did you put Gannon somewhere?
No.
You didn't put him in a
Oh
dumpster.
my God.
See, I wish we could zoom up closer on her face. Thank you, Amanda. You're so sweet. Yes, Emily. She literally begins to fold inside herself in the rest of this interview. It's fascinating to watch. It truly is. It truly is fascinating to watch, you guys. But I wish we could zoom up closer to her face because there's a lot of times where she really is smirking. She is smirking, and it's funny because I was just watching a Dr. Phil, and I know, say what you want about Dr. Phil, but still, when he has body language experts on explaining it, and it was the biggest liars on previous episodes, and I was pulling out stuff to look at for Leticia, and that's what it is, Mindy. She acts offended. But along with the duper's delight, that smirk is because you've gotten away with it. Even if you're being caught in this moment, you're kind of flaunting it with that smirk. And he's not like a real doctor. And I did not like his interview with Shelley Duvall. I think that was exploitation, but let's be real. Look at YouTube, which is I'm going off course here, but everything exploits everything. That's just the truth, but for the most part, I do like Dr. Phil episodes. But it is what it is. Hi, Cutie Pie. And hi, Kathy Dave. Yes, so she knows she's lying, but it's that duper's delight, and it's the satisfaction of getting away with it and kind of in a way flaunting it. You feel like you accomplish, like you have that control, and we know she loves that control, so this must be really satisfying for her. Now, Grusing at this point does say, you didn't put him in the dumpster, and her face goes like that. Now, as far as we know, he wasn't placed in the dumpster at any point, so it's interesting now that we do know what happened to look when we know that she is telling a truth and compare it to all the other times. But she's mad. He doesn't believe her. She's offended. And she really thought she could just walk out with the little bit she handed him off the record.
Put Gannon somewhere.
No.
You didn't put him in a
There's
Oh
dumpster.
my God. Dumpster? Why are you even saying these bad, horrible things?
Because we've been tracking your car. We've been tracking, even when your phone is off, it can be tracked.
Good, sir. I'm glad.
And so we've
See,
been
Justice?
going through dumpsters all
Okay.
through. Is Gannon in a dumpster?
Sir, you can go through
Just please.
whatever you
That
want
would
to go
save
through.
us.
Sir,
That would save us
I didn't do
hundreds of
anything.
days. Just
I
tell me
didn't
if he's in
do
a dumpster.
anything to begin. Okay.
That's fine. But will you tell me if he's
I
in a dumpster?
really wish this was zoomed in more. I know that you guys can, if you're on your phone, just know that you can pinch and zoom in. And if you really look at her face, she smirks every time she basically maintains eye contact with him. Yes, sir, Debbie Doodles. Every time she looks him in the eyes, she smirks. She can't help herself but smirk because she knows it's a lie. But how sad is that? That they were going around to dumpsters and everywhere, desperately trying to find this baby boy. And I call him a baby boy. I know he was 11, but like he was a baby in my eyes. You know, he was so young and he was beautiful. That's the part, Emily, that I struggle with, because I really think she did, and I don't know why she would think she did or could or it would ever be, but she that's what fascinates me about her. She makes moves as if she is 100% confident. I think hi, Abelis. This is where I struggle. You know, a lot of the times I'm like, shit, she really believes she could do this. And then there are days where I'm like, there's no possible way she could. But my goodness, there have been opportunities where she could have made a choice that would have been in her own best interest, and she doesn't. And she keeps on as if she believes she's going to get out and that she can control this situation. I have never seen someone so out of control acting like they are in control. But she, unfortunately, guys, she's in control to this day. Like we said the last episode, because she's the only one who knows what happened, the full extent of what happened. There's a lot of things we still do not know.
If he's in a dumpster.
Anything to begin. Okay.
That's fine. But will you tell me if he's in a dumpster?
If I didn't do anything to him, how am I answering that question for you?
Whether it's Angel or whoever
How
else.
am I answering this question for you? Really? You sent to a parent and asked them that?
Because we want to find him. I would not ask you that question
I didn't
if it wouldn't help us
do
find
anything
him.
to begin. Nothing. Okay. Didn't hurt, harm, kill, nothing to begin. Did not. Would not.
Where's the last place you saw him?
Sir,
Please.
you've already asked me all these questions.
I know, but that's an easy question. The last.
Okay. Now, I remember when Grusing testified on the stand. Exactly, Harlot. And I loved listening to him break this down. The territory, the last hour of this interrogation is super interesting. Let me tell you why. He's about to push back on her. Now, she already gave him the official version of events, right? Her story. So a question like, when was the last time you saw Gannon? Simple, easy, right? When, according to her, when I met with Angel at the Petco and he got into her car. But here is that pesky thing about your brain. Again, he is asking her a question that pulls from the memory portion of her brain. When did you last see Gannon? And the reason she struggles with answering that is because even asking her the question and her brain interpreting the question goes and pulls from the memory portion of your brain, and the image flashes in her mind. Yet she can't, the truth is easy to remember, yet she can't communicate that truth. She has to disregard the truth in her mind, the image that comes up in her mind, and she has to pull from a different portion of her brain, which is your imagination. They're different portions of your brain. So it was very interesting hearing him explain why she struggled so much to answer this, because the last images she would have had of Ganon were horrific. Hey, Chris. Hey, Wolfie.
This place you saw Ganon, which can really help us find him.
So
why would you not say that? If you had nothing
because I've already tried to help you.
No, but if you had nothing to do, if you did not hurt, harm, anything, why would you not tell me the last place you saw him?
Okay.
Because it's a memory you don't want to look at.
Memory?
Yes.
Really?
I would think it's a memory.
Okay.
Ganon's been missing now for how many days? You know when you last saw him, but you won't tell the one agency that can find him.
You already said, you already basically lost my whole ability.
That's not a true story. That's worse than Quincy Brown.
All right. Okay.
What about the pregnant?
You guys, tomorrow is Wolfie's birthday, so everybody embarrass her and wish her a happy birthday.
That lady with the money in her.
Okay.
True story. That's worse than Quincy Brown.
All right. Okay.
What about the pregnant lady with the money in her stomach?
He's calling her out now, man. He said, the story you just gave me. This is why I love this portion of the interview, guys, because he let her feed it. She thought she was in control. Now look at her. Look at her. She's folded over like a lawn chair. She's collapsed into herself. She's folded like a fortune cookie. Okay. And he just said, that story you just gave me, that is worse than the Quincy Brown story. That is worse than the fake pregnant lady full of cash story. Okay. So I love it because she's like, what do you mean? All of these stories haven't been working? Shit.
Said, you already basically lost my whole ability.
That's not a true story. That's worse than Quincy Brown.
All right. Okay.
What about the pregnant lady with the money in her stomach?
Okay.
Leticia, tell me the last place you saw him, and we can find Ganon, and you can. That will help you so much in this case. Yes, it will. Okay. What do you think is going to help you now? If I walk out of here and we haven't got a lead on how to find Ganon, all you've got is the story of the stuff on the wall. You've got the blood. You've got blood all over the house. You've got blood on the bottom of your shoes. And you've got about 7 lies.
Okay.
And she gets offended. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, Tisha. But not literally. You don't fold literally, Leticia. And thank you, everyone, for the birthday wishes for Wolfie. Yeah, and when confronted, she turns mean, dismissive, condescending bish. She certainly does. This is probably the first time in her life, Olivia only, because I feel like she's gotten away with things her entire life. Right? It's not a situation she's used to being because no one ever calls her out. Exactly. And Wolfie says, thank you all. Do you know what else gets under her skin is when he refers to what she's saying as a story? Because Alicia, when they would say you're telling a story, that meant you're lying. Right. Hi, Lise Lamons. Look at her ear. First of all, why does she look like she has boxer's ear, like cauliflower ear? It's sticking out of her hair. Do you guys see that? She looks like she belongs in Lord of the fucking Rings. Look at her ear. Why is it popping out like that? Kathy, thank you for being a member for 7 months, and she used it for a happy birthday to Wolfie. Woo! Thank you for your support, Kathy. Yes, Emily, yeah. Dude, this ear looks like the cauliflower ear. Fucking growing a mind of its own, man.
You've got blood on the bottom of your shoes, and you've got about 7 lies.
Okay.
If you help us find Ganon, that will help you tremendously. And yet you won't tell me. Why?
Why?
Is that not going to help me?
Yes, I will. I've just told you that.
You're not going to help me, sir.
Where's the last place you saw him?
She yawned. She yawned. Could you imagine? It's a demon ear. It is.
I'm not going to help you.
Yes, I will. You tell me the last place
Why
you
do
saw
I have
him.
to keep repeating the same thing?
Because it doesn't make any sense.
Sir, if you're basing it on what you think makes sense, then that's what you're judging it on. So if that's what you think, then you can judge it on that. If you want to base it on something that you said you've seen and found in some house, okay, and
listen to what she's saying though, like when you actually break it down. Listen, sir, I know Anne, she needs immunity. Listen, sir, if you want to believe and judge me based on the 8 stories I gave you, that's on you. Sir, if you want to believe the evidence and the forensics and the blood on the bottom of my shoe, that's on you, sir. I can't help you. How is this happening? She does. She yawns when the topic is uncomfortable and she wants to seem unbothered. Yes, and hi, Becky. But listen to what you're saying, Tisha. Like, if you want to believe the words that came out of my mouth prior, that's on you, sir. If you want to believe the forensic and the digital evidence, that's on you, sir. Like, he's making a mistake.
you allowed, or I say you, let me correct that for you get upset, people to live there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then that's what you guys can go on, okay? I did not hurt, endanger, kill, do anything wrong to Gannon. I did not. And until you can
Well,
take
we're
that
dealing
approach,
with semantics here.
okay, until you can take that approach and say, maybe I need to have a little bit of compassion here, like really a lot, not just for other people, but for someone who has no reason whatsoever to hurt you, no motive, has everything she wanted in life. Why? Wouldn't it make more sense to just if it was such a bad thing, to be honest with you, wouldn't it make more sense to me just to get in my car and go live somewhere else? That makes more sense, right?
You did.
Make a lot more sense.
You did though, Tisha. Hi, Nicola. And Pesa. You did. So here comes Tisha once again, and she is Homer. I want to remind you guys to a Facebook post she made, or Amy Bolton made, under Peyton Marie. And I could pull it up to remind you guys. She said a guilty person has usually, I don't remember exactly what it said, but basically would have been on the run by now or making up elaborate stories if they were, that's how you know someone's guilty. But Tisha's standing strong. And it's like, Miss Ma'am, that's exactly what you're doing as you're posting that Nancy Grace is giving you a lie detector test and Jose Baez is your attorney. Tisha, you did leave and you were in a different state when you were arrested. What do you mean? You aren't in Colorado right now, are you? Yes, Skyflash Media. OJ wrote the book If I Did It. He sure did. He sure did. Hi, Kara. The 30-year. Oh, wow, Shakta. Hi, Double M. But yes, Leticia, it would make sense for you to get in your car and just go somewhere else. And that's exactly what you did. Of course, Dog Mom.
Car and go live somewhere else. That makes more sense, right?
Make a lot more sense. A lot more sense. I could tell you about 8 or 10 stories that would make a lot more sense. And yet that's why we're sitting here today.
Well,
people that have a lot to lose do bad things all the time.
Well, guess what? I didn't do anything bad.
But then why won't you tell me what the last time you saw Gannon?
I didn't do anything bad.
But then why won't you tell me?
Did you see that little head nod? Hi, PETA. Did you see that little head nod? I didn't do anything, though. While nodding her head and then a smirk.
Well,
guess what? I didn't do anything bad.
But then why won't you tell me what the last time you saw Gannon? If you didn't, Leticia, it makes no sense. And it doesn't have to make sense to me. It has to make sense to a jury that you're going to be sitting in front of in about a year or two.
Okay.
Do you really want to go there without helping yourself? Do you want to go there and have us stand up and say,
I told you she'd end up facing the wall. Didn't I say that last time? My goodness, now look at her. She laughs and she turns her face. I just want to point out on episode 1, where we started, she was facing the other wall. Okay? And I understand adjusting, but she has now fully fucking turned around and she's facing the other wall. Meaning, this would indicate when she first sat down, she felt a sense of control. She feels opposite now of how she felt when this interrogation started.
without helping yourself? Do you want to go there and have us stand up and say, oh, it's Angel, it's Quincy Brown, it's all these people that don't exist?
Well, at this point, someone that I can trust will be the person that can help me.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
But are you going to tell them Angel? Because if you do, it's just going to be,
okay.
it better be a new story.
Okay, sir. That's fine.
And she has stuck with Angel. All of these current calls we're listening to, guys, Angel, right? She calls up Amy Lang and she's like, yo, can you look up this Angel got arrested? Da-da-da-da. Girl.
It's just going to be,
okay.
It better be a new story.
Okay, sir. That's fine. Whatever you say, because you already have what you want is your answer. You already have, because you told me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if this happened to Harley, he would be insanely.
Why has it got to be about Harley?
Because she's your daughter. If someone else had Harley...
So basically you're trying to say that it didn't matter that Gannon was also behind you?
I'm saying someone that you know right now who's been with you for the last 40 days or however long it's been, if she just disappeared and someone knew where she was, what would you do? And they wouldn't tell you where Harley was.
Look at
and
that.
They say, no, I just can't tell you because I'm scared.
I just told you I don't know where he is. But that's the thing that won't be, that is the problem, is I don't know.
If this were the real story, Leticia, you would have told us this a long time.
Angel is El Chapo's wife, I believe. Yeah, more like tear it out, right, Lindsay? Hi, eyes wide open. Her dramatic responses are so immature. It's how a bratty, self-aware teenager would answer. Yes, Olivia only. So what is interesting is that I don't think Leticia ever grew up. She kind of, with Harley, she did not have a mother-daughter dynamic with Harley. She had a competitive relationship with Harley. And the way she talked to Harley's friends, we even hear it on these jail calls, she looked at herself as one of them. Well, the way she dressed, and I'm not saying that you have to dress a certain way at a certain age, but just all of these factors together, she felt around Harley's age, and she wasn't, obviously.
Time ago.
Okay, now it's not the real story.
It's not.
Okay, sir.
How is this a real story that you give him to someone who you trust as a babysitter, and then you're too scared, so you tell the cops a different story? I like, out of all your stories, I like Quincy Brown better.
Yeah. Oh, that hurt my throat. But Grusing. Out of all your stories, Tisha, the one you're going with today after being arrested is that you let Angel, wife of El Chapo, but at this point she didn't say she's wife of El Chapo. It was just Angel that she had a threesome with. You let Angel babysit him, and then you've been too scared to come forward. I liked Quincy Brown better. Grusing's a boss, and that's what I'm saying. I think if it was anybody else, the interrogation wouldn't have been as valuable as it was. And unfortunately, when I say valuable, obviously it did not lead to the recovery of Gannon. But as far as the trial, it very well provided evidence against her.
The real story that you give him to someone who you trust as a babysitter, and then you're too scared, so you tell the cops a different story. I liked, out of all your stories, I like Quincy Brown better.
Yeah, sure.
I did.
She rolls her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hard thing to do. But if you point us and you help us find Gannon, you can.
No, I don't. I don't have a way to help you. I don't.
How is that possible?
Keep looking at that wall. Now you're in the
Leticia,
corner. Tisha.
You think I'm judging you, and I'm not. You are our only fact teller right now. And I can't chase down what you're telling me.
Okay.
Hey, Blue.
Okay.
Let me go ask the DA if there's anything else, because I'm not asking you the right way, the right questions. And if I'm treating you badly, I'm sorry. That's not my intent.
I didn't say you were treating me badly at all.
My intent is to find a way for us to communicate so you will feel comfortable enough to tell me what happened. His injuries, something. Well, you've told so many different stories about his injuries.
All I'm going to keep telling you is I did not hurt you.
I'm not saying you did. Like, even if is the bed story true?
I'm not. Why even say anything?
And that laugh and that smile again. It's because she's gotten away with it at this point. It's that feeling of, I got one over on you. So why every time she says, I did not hurt Gannon, she tends to laugh and has that smile on her face, is because she knows she is duping you.
I'm not saying you did. Like, even if is the bed story true?
I'm not. Why even say anything? Because everything I say, you're gonna tell me that, oh, blah blah blah, because you want it just like everyone else want it to be me. So that way,
I don't care if
that
it's you
way,
or not.
y'all can just go ahead and be the hero and all these things.
I do not get paid one extra dime if it's you. I don't get paid. I don't get paid anything else to find Gannon.
Sir,
it's just our fault.
Not me.
That's fine.
Look at that smile.
Not the one. Okay, I am.
Oh, please pinch and zoom in. Pinch. That sounds weird, but pinch and zoom in if you're on your phone screens and look at her. This is over 4 hours in, because there's parts that are sped up. Classic Duper's Delight, Black Eagle. But look, when she is eye contact, assertive, I am not the one. Look at her smile, please. Hi, Jennifer M. And says, I will never understand how someone could be that cold when talking about a missing child. She wants him to help her, not Gannon. Exactly. So just zoom in, pinch and zoom for when she says, I'm not the one.
I don't get paid anything else to find Gannon.
Sir,
it's just our fault.
Not me.
See?
That's fine. Then tell me how to get there.
Not the one.
Her eyebrows are raised. The smirk. It's not me. I'm not, sir. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. All with the most dubious smile on her face.
Not me.
That's fine. Then tell me how to get there.
Not the one. Okay. I am not the one. Not the one.
Do you know why I asked you ahead of time if you're having anxiety or depression or stuff like that?
It don't matter what you ask me about anxiety or depression or, any of those things, because to be honest with you, that's it. That's all.
So have you said Gannon's been seeing counselors. Have you been seeing counselors?
Right. About teaching one time. Maybe she did it too because she was going to give the emotional support animal.
Oh, what is that? What is that? Way before these calls, please listen to what Leticia admits here. She has only ever seen a doctor one time for teaching. And something about emotional support animal, which she had Harley do. That is all they were able to find and bring to trial. One mention with a primary care doctor about anxiety and a referral. That's it. But now on these calls, she has I was seen at inpatient in the hospital in Canada. I've been diagnosed schizophrenic, bipolar. Interesting, huh?
One time. Maybe she did it too because she was going to give the emotional support animal.
That's it.
Yeah, it was the 2 times on base. And we talked about not wanting to be in teaching anymore and all that route. Stress on the job. That was what we talked about.
You had searched a little bit on the suicide stuff.
What suicide stuff?
Or was that you, or was that just random keystrokes?
She hasn't decided.
Suicide? I don't even like.
Have you ever thought about suicide? Yeah.
Who?
You.
I'm not thinking about suicide.
I'm just asking. Quotes a suicidal person might say. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, because I have someone in my family before that have said that to me, and I've looked up information.
But that's not.
Look at her. Sorry. But I probably think that's probably one of the most entertaining things is her trying to excuse. Hi, Megsy. Her trying to excuse the Google searches. And every single one, first of all, she's an idiot for talking, period. But 2, to take ownership of half the Google searches, and then the other half, the really bad ones, to say, that wasn't me. Somebody must have stole my phone and searched that. I didn't do it. What an idiot, and that's like common sense. Just don't acknowledge any of them, period. Hi, Jem. But here Leticia is once again trying to account for the suicidal searches and saying somebody in my family was suicide, and so I searched it up the same way that if I hear something on a TV show, I'm going to search it up. Tisha, come on.
Someone in my family before that have said that to me, and I've looked up information.
But that's not you. Okay.
Wow.
How do you think
People have things in their family go on too, that you maybe want to look up and be like, oh, this is going on in their life. I wonder how they're.
I'm sorry. I love this. I love watching her lose control and get pushed back. I love it. I'm here for it. Okay, but listen to her. Wow. How would you feel? People have family issues, People have, yeah, of course they do. Stop trying to correlate your messed up Google searches that somehow perfectly coincide with the events you're being charged for and blame it on random shit. It's so, but look at her. I love, because she's getting tired, guys. Please, please, please. Do not forget she hadn't slept. All of the text messages to Al, the month leading up, the literal month leading up to Leticia's arrest, but it was really like the last week. I've gone through all of those. There wasn't more than like a 1 to 2 hour period where she wasn't messaging him. She wasn't sleeping at all. So already her mental state's got to be, I don't know if she was taking anything, but she wouldn't have had anything in a while now. And you could tell she's getting tired. She's coming down and she's getting tired.
You want to look up and be like, oh, this is going on in their life. I wonder how they're dealing with this.
You need something to eat?
No, can I make a phone call?
I'm going to ask.
Who are you gonna call?
Need restroom or anything? Did you want to call Leticia?
Still no
call to see that Harley got home.
She did.
Who do you want to call, Tisha? I just wanted to call to see if Harley got home. She did. Now what? Now who's your next excuse? Jose Bias, right? Shit.
I just wanted to call to see that Harley got home.
She did. Yeah, they talked with Harley. They talked with Dee Dee. They talked with Laura. There were search warrants at Laura's house, Dee Dee's house, your van. I think that's it. So yeah, they got Harley back home.
Oh shit. You folded now, huh?
With Harley with Dee Dee?
Yeah, because I told them that I met you out of the car and you said you'd like Dee Dee to be the guardian in between times or whatever.
Okay. Well, why are you searching their house?
Because you'd stayed.
Why are you searching their house? Is this the moment it's setting in there, Tisha? Is this the moment that you've lost control, realizing that you just humiliated your child as you were arrested on base? And that all of their homes that you've been staying at are being ripped apart and searched, and your van is being searched? And listen to her. Well, why? Why is it being searched? Why? Why do you think?
Why are you searching their house?
Because you'd stayed there.
I'm saying like they're not in trouble, are they?
No, neither Laura nor Dee Dee are in trouble.
He was cat.
Am I asking you stuff the wrong way, Leticia?
Not.
Hey, Amber.
I do want to help, and whether you did this or not, it doesn't matter to me. The reason they asked me is to come help find what happened again. And if I can't get past, if I can't prove a story, whether you tell it to me, Al tells it to me, whether it's all past the sheriff's office, again, I don't take anything as true until I can prove it.
Yeah, she's here, Megzy.
With all the evidence that they have, the reason why it took so long is the district attorney wanted to wait and wait and wait till they made sure they could win.
Please notice here, okay? I know everyone can see it, but she is collapsed, okay? If this isn't a perfect indication of how this interrogation has been playing out, this is the 6 parts we've broken this down into. Take it from part 1 to part 6. Look at where she started. Look at where she's right now. She is now just head down between her legs, looking at the fucking floor. Does this not show you someone who is out of control from the situation? Yeah, defeated, realizing she doesn't have that control. She's basically on the floor at this point. And it's such a sharp contrast from where she started. Yep, and Grusing hardly moved at all. Yeah, she's fucked.
With all the evidence that they have, the reason why it took so long is the district attorney wanted to wait and wait and wait till they made sure they could win in the courtroom.
Okay.
And I've done no-body homicides before. They have more on this case than we do on most of them.
Okay, sir.
I don't want you to be the way you can help yourself out of this thing is to give us something, even though it's very
You just said
difficult.
You have what you need, so why do you need to keep asking me?
Because you were the last one with him, and you know.
But if you have what you need, why do you keep asking me?
Because our goal
Because Gannon, at this point, still was not found. And for you to act like, well, why do you need me? Trust me. If they had found Gannon at this point, this much effort would not be made. But they wanted to bring that beautiful boy home so his parents could have closure. So you can be held accountable and found out what you really did. And Gannon could get the justice he deserves.
You were the last one with him, and you know.
But if you have what you need, why do you keep asking me?
Because our goal is to find Gannon. Okay. Our goal is not to prosecute you. That is the district attorney's job. We're investigators.
Hey, Gina.
And like you've just seen, I do a poor job about half the time because I have to guess. Because as much as we tried to track you with your cars and your phones and whatever else, there are gaps. We do have, like I told you, the blood in the house. We do have the blood on. We have. Do you know about the board that was thrown in the forest?
Yep.
Leticia.
Oh. What? I'm sorry, sir. What?
The board that has Gannon's blood on.
Now, with the yawning, and I am not saying this is the case at all. Jacto says Jacto says she will morph into an atom by the end of the night. Oh, that's funny. But a symptom of withdrawal, and I'm not saying that's what this is. All I'm saying is a symptom of withdrawal can actually be excessive yawning. I know that is true for opiate withdrawal. I'm not sure if that is synonymous with all withdrawal. It might be, but just pointing that out. Thank you so much, Shy. Just when Gina says I'm not green anymore. Shy gifted a membership. Congratulations. If you're the lucky recipient, please thank Shy. Thank you so much. Yeah, watery eyes. Yep, the yawning. So it could be a fake yawn. Or keep in mind at this point, at least 5 hours she's been in interrogation. Add the time for the arrest, getting situated. We know that she hadn't slept. If she was indeed taking something, it would definitely be wearing off. The hair part is strange, isn't it, Debbie Doodles?
What? I'm sorry, sir. What?
The board that has Gannon's blood on it that was thrown in the forest.
Okay. So all right. So what?
It's got your DNA on it.
Okay.
But then how do you explain stuff like that and then turn around and say, but then turn around and say, I don't know.
Sir, I lived in the house with Gannon. I was Gannon's main caretaker. I wouldn't be surprised if everything I done didn't involve Gannon. Like, oh, okay, well, you brushed your hair. Oh, okay, you helped him brush his teeth, whatever.
Yeah, that too, Maxie.
That board was from the house, and then it's up on by Highway 105.
Board from the house. I've already explained to you about any kind of stuff that would have been from the foot. I've already told you that, and I don't know what you.
But Gannon didn't go throw it up there.
Okay, so now someone threw it up there. So now someone threw it up there.
How did it get there?
Whatever. How did that board get up there?
Sir, now you're going about board.
Leticia,
and Albert already called about this board. Because you were there, right?
Yes.
And the sock and all this stuff, right?
The sock had nothing to do with it.
Okay. But yeah, he said a sock.
But he did say a sock.
Right.
But the board is true.
Sir.
The board was right where your Tiguan was.
Sir. Tiguan?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, because we tracked it.
Oh, that part. It looks like a fucking pitchfork. It parts. It's, first of all, it's the most squiggly part. Her fucking part is as squiggly as her fucking scattered words, man. but at the end it forks off into two. Like shit. It was Shy Olivia only. Shy got gifted you. But she discarded that particle board with blood on it, and it perfectly lined up with her Tiguan, and the mapping GPS data that it traced. And look at her get offended. She gets offended that they tracked her. Yeah, Kate. Well, no, at this point, Gannon was already in Florida. So yeah, like everything was before this interrogation. Gannon's body is in its final well, I don't want to say final resting place. The final place that she moved it underneath the bridge at this point.
You could have gotten all that from me easily. You just log into the app. It's not a difficult thing. Like,
right.
Oops, sorry. Thank you, Lydia Jade. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Congratulations. If you just got that membership, please thank Lydia. Thank you. She overemphasizes the sir because he told her several times that is an issue with him. Never tell a narc what upsets you. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. She admitted Chris R. to driving over the boards all of the time, and that Gannon cut his foot and sat on the back of the car, so blood may have got on it. I don't remember if she said that she moved it, but yeah, I don't think she said she moved. I'm not sure about that. Do you guys remember it during trial and the prosecutor he kept calling it the Tiguan? Michael Allen. I love him, but I was like, please stop calling it the Tiguan. Yes, Kate.
But if you track from where your Tiguan went and you look at where that board was.
Now, okay, so this is why it's so, like, backwards. So now my Tiguan, but I was driving a truck, and then now my Tiguan, and now, you tried on the rental car, but then...
No, you had 3 different cars.
There's proof on the rental car, I didn't even get to drive it. So,
right, there's low mileage on it. But we don't know where you went, because you had your phone off.
My phone off? I had my watch on.
Yeah, but you had your phone
off. But the
watch is up in the forest somewhere, isn't it?
No, the watch ain't in no forest. You guys have my watch. It's at El Paso Detention Center.
That's the watch there. I thought you had an iWatch.
That's where the watch was at.
Okay. No, I haven't heard anything about
From
that.
Find My Watch says it's clearly sitting in El Paso County.
Okay. But your phone was off
for
a couple of days.
Wasn't attached to days. Thank you for that, Megzy.
7th, it was off when you were between the Petcos.
But I had my watch on.
Right. But what I'm saying...
The watch tells you where you go. It's mirrored.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, we have holes in our investigation, and you can help us with that.
Sir?
Look at her
drive my car anywhere, really, other than just going to meet friends.
You drove the Tiguan up there.
Yeah, other than to meet friends, yes.
So who were you meeting up there? What friends? That can be a lead we can help find Gannon with.
You guys already know all my friends, so maybe...
No, we don't know those up there.
That should be the ones that you really know.
We don't know the ones up there, I guarantee you.
And like the guy said, tire pressure and all this, then you would have saw where if I stopped anywhere or done whatever. Come on now, sir.
Why can't you tell me, though?
Sir, you want me to give you, I've already had to tell you everything personal about our lives. You have everything personal.
I don't have what friends.
Listen to her. Sir, I've already told you all this personal stuff about my life that wasn't true. You expect me to give you the names of my friends and where I met them that would lead to the recovery of my stepson, who I claim I did not murder and I love very much? Sir, come on. All All right, Tisha.
You saw up there on 105 where that board is.
But look, I'm not going to admit to any kind of board.
I'm not saying you need to. I'm just saying tell me who your friends are up there and we can go talk to
And my TIG line wasn't even driven that way until
okay, so maybe it was
later.
How much later?
I don't even know. Before they took it.
Okay, so was the truck up there?
What an idiot just admitted to driving there. She's getting tired and getting sloppy. You just admitted to driving where the particle board with the blood was. You dumb.
Before they took it.
Okay, so was the truck up there?
Truck up where?
Up that 105 area.
I was going to Castle Rock. I've already said this. I was going to Castle, already said this.
But is that where the board was? It was in the back of the truck.
I don't know where the board was at because I don't know. I really don't know. That's if you're asking me a question that I really don't know.
So we have a board up there where you were driving.
Okay. This would have been excuse me, sorry. This is the same outfit she's wearing, Black Eagle, but it was after this, after she was being transported, that she makes her attempt to escape and stop, drops, and roll. So this is before this. Hey, Tony.
Okay.
With Gannon's blood on it.
Okay.
With your DNA on it.
Okay. So my DNA, which would be what?
Skin cells.
Okay. My skin cells, which I lived in the home, if that's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
And I've already told you that there was all this wood in the garage.
Yeah, but you never told me that you took a piece out of the truck and flung it up there.
What?
Or put it or flung it. And again, Leticia, I think you get mad when I say a verb or something, whether you placed it, flung it, dropped it, hit it, I don't know. But all I know is that our FBI evidence response team recovered it.
He is spot on. She gets mad when he uses when he uses a verb she doesn't like flung. I didn't fling the board. Meanwhile, no, you yeeted it. But you're offended that he said flung, and it's I don't, it's bizarre. She gets hung up on the stupid verbiage he uses versus even arguing what he's saying.
But all I know is that our FBI evidence response team recovered it.
Okay. Did you check everybody else in the house?
As far as for their DNA?
No, not the DNA, to see if they put it there. Because you remember, these are the people that were in the house.
Oh my God.
When I wasn't there. Did you check all them?
The people in the house.
Yeah, did you check the people in the house?
So, Leticia, here is another way you went desperately wrong. You're trying to convince him you are telling the truth this time. How dare he bring up any of the prior stories? You dropped Gannon off to Angel for a play date. Angel never returned Gannon. You so desperately want him to believe that, yet at the same time, you try to implicate others who were in the house after the investigation started. Why would he have to look at anybody? Why would you even indicate anybody like his mom was involved if Angel truly did have him? This is where, again, you don't think this is beyond obvious for him that your Angel story is bullshit? Because why would you even try to point the finger at them?
Did you check all them?
The people in the house.
Yeah, did you check the people in the house?
You mean the crime scene people?
No, I mean the people that I'm sorry, rephrase that, because you don't like that was allowed to stay there when all this stuff you're talking about would have been there. Okay?
Correct.
Did you check all these people?
As far as their DNA?
No. Did you check to see if any of them did this?
Drove and threw that wood up there?
Did you check them?
Their GPS their phone.
No. Did you check them? Because that is doesn't matter. You mean to tell me you checked Veronica's GPS in her phone?
Did not.
Okay.
No. Veronica was not the last person with games.
But you're talking about a piece of wood, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So whatever first it was wood socks, now it's wood. I don't know.
I didn't say socks.
Okay. You had Albert say it.
I didn't have him say it.
Okay. The point is, did you check Veronica's? Did you check Brandon's? Did you check any of them to see if they went anywhere? Because I clearly have stated since day one.
But why would we need to check that if your car is up there?
But I clearly stated, because then maybe they did it.
Maybe they went the same place you did? Did you tell them to go up there?
Listen, everybody knew where I went because I told everybody from day one.
You told everybody?
Yes, I sure did. This lady right here, Miss Bethel, she asked me, and I strictly told her what exit I went off of. Sure did. Maybe I might have didn't have like I gave the name. Like I wasn't exactly right with the exit because I don't really know Colorado that well. But I gave it.
Do you know why I told you about that? I normally don't do this. Tell everybody all the evidence against them. Why do you think?
I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Because I think if you're to weigh this on, there's enough probable cause. A judge in Colorado Springs and El Paso has signed a probable cause warrant for first-degree murder.
Okay.
And all this evidence, and I'm telling you about the ones that I know about, and that's before you do, all the phone stuff, et cetera, and then versus you taking a chance that you're going to get off.
I'm not taking a chance for nothing because I didn't do anything, sir. Okay, sir.
If you say you didn't do anything, do you know what an innocent person would do? I have had plenty of innocent people sitting in your chair. Do you know what an innocent person would do? They would be freaking out.
I know.
You are not freaking out.
Yeah, right. You think I haven't freaked out?
I heard you freak out on the phone one time.
You think I haven't freaked out for days? You can't.
As she's yawning. Yeah, right. Hi. You think I haven't freaked out? You're yawning while saying that, okay?
You think I haven't freaked out?
I heard you freak out on the phone one time.
You think I haven't freaked out for days? You can't judge the way I freaked something out one way and another way.
You can't judge how I freaked something out one way and how I may have freaked out another way. Leticia, you getting tired there, girl. Thank you, Simply Complex. Congratulations, whoever received it. Thank you so much. Oh, man, Tisha, she's getting tired, guys. She's getting tired. Oh, hold on. Every time this happens... Okay.
Had the wrong person in a room like this before, and trust me, if they had any idea who did it, they would tell me.
Okay, well,
that makes no sense, and no jury will buy. No jury's going to buy that you sit here with an answer that somebody else took Gannon, that all this head wound and all this stuff happened in there. Do you think I don't know what I'm talking about?
Sir, I never questioned anything.
Well, you must, because you're taking a huge chance, Leticia.
Sir, I'm not taking any chance.
How are you not taking
Because
a chance?
I know the man upstairs knows I did not do anything again.
Well, he's not going to be on the jury.
Oh, okay. All right, we're not going to go there with that. We're not going to go there.
I'm not going to go there with that because I cannot figure out what would be an appropriate response. So I'm just not going to go there. And shit, I didn't really think about that either. Jesus, the big man, God himself, is not going to be sitting on this 12-person jury. Leticia, okay? Hey, Kim.
Okay. All right, we're not going to go there with that. We're not going to go there.
We're going to sensible people who we're going to present evidence in front of.
Let me tell you what. There's a higher power. That higher power will make sure.
I believe in the higher power as well.
I'm glad you do, sir. That really makes me feel good. It really does. I'm serious. So then you know.
But Leticia, if this comes down to common
Right
sense,
into the wall.
and these prosecutors, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about who you're going to be sitting in front of.
Okay.
And if you're going to take a chance that they're not going to listen to all this evidence, all this blood, all these stories that you told about Gannon, and that you have the key to finding him and you don't do it, there's nobody else to prosecute.
Okay.
Why won't you go there?
I'm not, why am I, what else am I going to say?
The easiest thing to tell me is the last time you saw Gannon.
I've already
At the wall.
talked to you. I've already told you I did not hurt Gannon. Okay?
But then what do I need to go through again the other things that might have happened to Gannon?
No, you don't need to go
Where
through
did you
anything.
gently place Gannon?
What?
I don't know how to phrase it.
Look at that smile on her face. What? Yeah, it's ludicrous, right? Except Grusing has to find a way to delicately use the words to try to get you to answer. What? What? I'm sorry. Is that any less ludicrous than a fake pregnant belly full of cash? Like, I don't know if she has a hole in her pants opinionated. Now I'm going to be looking for it.
I don't need to go
Where
through
did you
anything.
gently place Gannon?
What?
I don't know how to phrase it.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, because I don't know where he is. If you want me to use a different verb or whatever, I'm struggling.
Look at that self-soothing, holding in on herself. Yawn,
Leticia,
yawn.
this is not about you.
I didn't.
You're the one caught up in it, though. You're the one with all the evidence stacked against you.
Okay, well,
Help yourself right
help
now.
myself.
Why would you not?
Help myself do what?
Just tell me what.
Woman, sit up. I think this is fascinating, guys. I know she is tired, but please, she has been doing this entire part of this live. Like, she is bent over, tilting her head, looking up at him. If that is not self-soothing, I don't know. Like, this is just so interesting to see happen. Like, she's getting smaller and smaller and smaller in this room, in this chair, just looking up at him every once in a while. How bizarre. How bizarre.
What happened?
So what happened to who? I don't know.
The way you
Do I
described.
have to stand up for a moment?
Absolutely. The wounds that you described to him don't even come close to the blood in the
then
house.
if that's what you think, then
No, it's not.
Okay.
This is what people that do this for a living tell me.
Okay.
Again, I wasn't there, but a little gash on his head
Okay, sir.
doesn't explain at all that stuff that's in there.
Okay.
Me too, Olivia.
But do you want to go with that? Because when you walk out of here, the last thing on record you're going to have is what you told me. And I would love to be your storyteller.
Okay.
I would love to tell the true story. It will help you. You believe in that higher power you said?
I do. That's why. You
What
want to
about
know
the
why?
truth?
You
Do
want to
you
know
study
why?
the truth?
You want to know?
Yeah, I'm starting to think that, and I'm not jumping to conclusions here. I just know that the excessive yawning is a symptom of coming down. And it's the most bizarre thing because it's not usually a full yawn either. It's usually, and I know that some people are interpreting it as trying to seem disinterested, but the way that it has increased throughout this last portion and seeing her energy drained, I really think it may be a symptom of coming down.
Higher power you said?
I do. That's why. You want to know why?
Truth?
You want to know
study
why?
the truth?
You want to know why I'm not sitting here like going crazy, freaking out, putting on an emotional show like I've seen people involved in this situation put on fake cries and all that? Because I know God knows that I did not do anything to get it.
So you have no sympathy for Gannon?
But what about the truth? You study the same Bible, the same God. It tells a lot about truth in there, and you have not told many truths in this whole thing.
Well, I know that. Guess what? But let me tell you what happened this morning when I woke up.
You never
when I woke up this morning, I watched a story about Ron Miller. So he started this church, and he ended up like getting talked down to, bullied online, treated like crap, accused of things he didn't do, and that's where he went to the accusations part. And so he went down this whole trail talking about how accusations and how this did to him and what he had to go through and all that.
Okay.
But in the end, he kept his faith in Jesus Christ. But you know about the story of Paul, you know about Saul in the Bible. Okay, God, I can walk you through a lot in the Bible. If you know, you know.
Hey, Allie?
So he turned those accusations into just keeping steadfast and staying strong, into believing God's going to do this and keeping whatever. Because, you know, in the Bible, they persecuted a lot of Christians, right? A lot of them for things they didn't do right. But, you know, there's a lot of stories where God made sure they were okay. So when I woke up this morning, I literally decided, God, you can take this and you can either A, bring Gannon home, bring him to the front step, drop him off so that I can please never have to worry about this again.
Right.
Or you can let me just stay focused on believing in you, as in him, and just the truth will come out. And it's okay, because I don't want to sit here and accuse all these people of whatever. I'm not going to turn those same accusations against them for saying this and saying that, not believing this, not believing that. I'm just going to just sit there and say, I know I did not hurt Gannon.
But that, I get you, and thank you for that story.
So,
I agree with everything you said. No, I'd love to tell stories. Stories, you take it like it's a bad thing. So, I believe that the whole book you're talking about, the story about God in the Bible, involves sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Does it not?
I did sacrifice.
Yeah, okay.
Greater love, what? Has what? No man. Then to what?
Put it on his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we have
I
a
think
life.
I know it, did you?
No, I figured you did. I wouldn't. And this is not to embarrass you, because I know you are a God follower.
Mm-hmm. And I went to Liberty University, so I just spent a lot of my time studying Christian.
And that's why I don't get that if Gannon is alive, you would not sacrifice yourself for him right now. If you've studied that your entire life, I believe that. If my kid were alive, I promise you, right now, I would go step in front of a truck and let it hit me if that would bring him back home, so my wife could live with him, and so my sister, or his sister, could live with him. Since you studied that your whole life, if Gannon were alive, you would sacrifice yourself for him.
You're right. If I could get you to him, I definitely would. You
could. And all this BS about you saying it's here, it's there, giving us names.
Okay.
You would not do that, Leticia.
Sure.
Leticia, you are not that type of person. If he were still around, you would not do that.
Why would you even say that? Like, this is what drives me crazy.
Because if Gannon's alive.
Really, you were about to say it. You were really about to say it. I can't even believe that.
Say
wow. Ah.
And she's smiling while she does that. Everybody else is aware Gannon is no longer alive. They had to accept that a while ago. Hi, Charlene. Leticia is the only one who's desperately trying to pretend differently. And you are the bad one for acknowledging the evidence. This is what she did to Al on the pretext calls.
You said if Gannon was alive, you would do everything, including sacrificing yourself, to get us to him. That says he's not alive.
Oh. Wow.
How do you argue with that? You have an 11-year-old boy out there that's supposedly with bad people. You are a good person. You've grown up. You've gone to all these faith classes, churches. If he were around, you would sacrifice yourself for him.
If I knew how to get to him, I would sacrifice myself to him.
You can get us to him. And you know that. That's why I
you're
brought
already
Martha.
so defeated. Like, you're already, like, for you to have such a biblical background, you're so defeated in your mindset already to think something is harmful or hurt to Gannon.
It is.
And that.
Yeah, but see, why do you care what I think?
Because
you know
if you're the person in charge, you just said you were the main man, basically, is what you said, over your...
I have a lane that I'm running in.
Right, okay. That is the type of person that, as a family, they would want that person, no matter what, never, ever giving up hope, never saying to anyone anything bad like that. That's just... Ooh.
So let's go a different way. If you did something bad to Gannon.
I did not.
I'm saying we go if. If you did something bad to Gannon, could you ever admit it?
What? I didn't do anything bad to Gannon.
No,
I'm not gonna go.
This is not a trick.
But I'm not gonna go answer that question because I did not do anything bad.
The reason why I asked you that is the people that I've worked with are actually put in prison for life. I've told them, and I've told people, the families of these victims, I said, if you put Harold in a room and you take everybody else out, we have absolute evidence that he pushed his wife off a cliff and that he dropped a car into his wife and he was convicted. I said, even if you clear everybody out and you just have Harold in a mirror, Harold was a God follower, Christian like you are. I said he could never admit that he did that to either wife.
Well, I'm sorry that, what's his name, Harold? Harold is that type of person, because a God follower, and I'm not judging him, I'm saying, in order for you have to repent your sins to God, okay? And you have to put yourself there. And in order to repent your sins to God, it means also you have to lay them all down on the cross. And like, my sins are laid down, and it is not involving hurting, harming, or killing
That's smart.
Okay. So I'm sorry that Harold or whatever his name is has like a different approach.
Well, I think you have probably a more serious problem than Harold, though. Mm-hmm. You know where an 11-year-old is, and I am here telling you we could go find him, and you are not giving us his location, alive or dead. So what Harold did was push a 50-year-old woman off the cliff. It was an awful thing, and the parents hated losing Tony. But Tony had lived a full life, as full as you can till 50. It was still tragic. Gannon's 11.
Gannon, but it doesn't matter age. Yeah, you're 11. Right. It's tragic, right?
Yeah.
You just said
and
that.
And if you had the answer, you would give it to us.
I don't know where he is.
But you won't answer my questions about the last time you saw him.
Listen, sir, anything I say to you, you're not going to listen to me. You're going to take, and you're going to say this.
I'm not going to twist things, Leticia.
That. And to be honest with you, I can give you speculation.
Okay, give me
with
speculation.
Everyone else.
Please.
I can give you.
Whenever she doesn't, she loves to go for the yada yada yada, whatever, this, that, you know, like what? Just tell him where was the last time you saw him. If he decides to tear that apart, then let him tear it apart. But you just will find any reason not to answer that question, and because every time he asks you, the image comes in your mind of what the memory is.
I'll take speculation.
Speculation is Gannon is alive. Speculation is Gannon is with someone who is not willing to hurt him until they get something they want.
Why wouldn't they make a demand then? Why would they hold an 11-year-old kid? That's more sadistic than anything.
Listen, Leticia, get mad. Okay, he's rolling with what you're saying now. You believe conveniently Gannon is alive. Gannon is also with someone who would not hurt him, despite me claiming that I am in serious fear for myself and my family, hence why I can't give you answers. But they won't return Gannon until they get something they want. And Grusing asks the very logical question, well, why haven't they mentioned what they want? And she gets mad. Why would you ask that? Because that is the logical question to ask, Leticia.
Why would they hold an 11-year-old kid? That's more sadistic than anything.
I didn't say I was answering speculation. I said that is what I do. I don't know why people do things, okay? But I can only tell you what I did or didn't do. And I did not hurt. Whatever all these words you came up with, hurt, kill, dispose, I didn't do any of that to Gannon. Let me make sure I say his whole name. Gannon Jacob Stauch. So that way you don't think I'm getting confused with another person named Gannon. I did not.
Keep looking at that
tell
wall.
Me all you want. Hey, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do this, sir. I have nothing but respect for you. So I asked for help. And see, that's the problem.
Do you want me to tell you back what
You didn't ask for help. You are arrested and you are charged, and they are desperately trying to bring Gannon home. And he met with your requests in an effort to do that. And what you gave him was shit.
you told me for help?
No,
I can read it back to you.
I don't want you to tell me anything.
I took notes.
What I want is for you guys to believe and have faith that.
Why would we do that with the amount of blood in his bedroom?
That is not. Sir.
Yes, it does.
No.
The blood tells
Sir,
a humongous
can I say
story.
something, sir?
Yes.
I had a really, really bad miscarriage one time, and there was so much blood.
So here we are again. Leticia is asking them to discard all of the physical evidence, digital evidence, circumstantial, discard it all, and just take me at my word. He's like, you want me to discard all that blood? And now hear her go in, and this is where the idea must have popped in her mind, which led to her claiming she had a miscarriage by the end of this interrogation.
I had a really, really bad miscarriage one time, and there was so much blood. So much.
On the wall.
So much blood.
On the wall.
See, you want me to tell you something, but then you're saying, can I explain this to you?
Oh, I get that.
Okay. There was so much blood that you would have thought I wasn't even alive by the time I got to the hospital. So the amount, whatever you're talking about, I'm not, as a parent, going to sit there and say something like that. I'm just not. I'm just not going to do that because I'm not going to believe.
If you had nothing to do with harming Gannon, why would you clean up the blood that's on the wall?
So you're saying you've never had anything happen in your house and you cleaned it up?
Listen to her do the flipperoonie. If it had nothing to do with anything, why did you clean the blood, Leticia? And she's like, bitch, you never got a fucking paper cut and you never wrenched your finger and put a Band-Aid on? That is not what he is describing. But listen to the gaslighting.
Never. Like, you've never had, like...
Why would you cut out the carpet?
Nosebleed. The carpet?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going to get more carpet. It doesn't... The carpet has nothing to do with cutting it out. It's getting...
Why did I cut a star shape perfectly out of this carpet? Because I was going to buy a new carpet, cut a star shape out of that carpet, and paste it perfectly in the part that I cut out. No, Jim John Doe, no. I wasn't just going to replace the carpet in total. I just cut an odd shape perfectly out of it because I was going to replace it. Duh. Like, she is offended that he would even ask such logical questions. But once again, the carpet has nothing to do with this.
Carpet. It doesn't... The carpet has nothing to do with cutting it out. It's getting smell. It stunk. I couldn't breathe. None of us could breathe.
Did you say that Lena helped you clean up some of the blood on the wall?
Lena always helps us clean up everything. Lena helped us clean up the light switch. Lena helped us clean up when Gannon had a nosebleed. Okay?
But for this occasion, she helped with that.
It's hard to determine what's true and not here. But this is horrific. And I don't like that she even mentioned the light switch because there was blood there. Leticia has many victims. Many victims.
I had a nosebleed. Okay.
But for this occasion, she helped with that.
Now you're going to walk me back through what we've already talked about. So you're now going to go be like, oh, an 8-year-old this and an 8-year-old that. Come on, sir.
Come on, sir.
There was all the time. Gannon was bleeding all the time. He'd have a nosebleed randomly at the drop of a dime. He'd bite his fingers, bleed all the time.
Would it help if I gave you a picture of the wall of what all showed up on it?
Sir, that's not going to get me to say anything to you because I didn't do anything.
Well, what I'm trying to appeal to, though, is, again, you weighing your options right now before we're gone.
Sir?
Because you're taking a big risk with these shit.
Sir, I believe in a higher power. And that higher power is going to show the entire world. And when it does, I would never have to work a day in my life again.
Wow.
And that's going to happen. Guaranteed.
Look at that smile. And she will never have to work another day in her life again. Because that is where an innocent person's mind would go while discussing their stepson, 11-year-old stepson's blood all over the bedroom. Look at that smile. Look at that right there. That is evil in human form. I don't want to believe it's human because I don't want to think of humanity like this, but here's the truth right there. Hey, Shirley.
And that's going to happen. Guaranteed. Because I did not hurt, I did not dispose, kill, whatever you want to call these things that you're going to name out as verbs.
Then what did you do?
Didn't do anything to Gannon.
Then why would you act like this?
I'm acting like this because I've had to spend nothing but every day. You think I haven't every single day cried? You think I haven't every single day been trying to work on figuring out different things, work situations, what can I do? You think I haven't had all these raw emotions and feelings?
No.
A person can have them so much, so it doesn't matter if they continue to have them, because then they just be like, what's the point? I have them all the time with my family.
I'm not talking about you.
Friends.
I'm talking about why would you act like this when there's a boy out there?
I want Gannon home.
Then tell me how to do it.
I want to help you. I don't know. I don't.
But see, that's where easy questions should be easy to answer.
I just said I don't know. That's an easy answer.
The easy answer is tell me the very last time you laid eyes on him. Where was he? Was he laying down? Was he standing up? Was he sitting? Was he walking to a car? Where was? Give me your very last image of Gannon. That's an easy question. You have to remember your last image of Gannon. Leticia.
See?
What was he?
What I want you to do right there, and I'm going to jump back. What we know about Leticia is she does not allow much time for you to talk without her responding. She doesn't talk to listen. She doesn't listen to listen. She listens to respond. But just right there, there's a moment. There's a moment right there where she's silent. And it may have just been from pure exhaustion and she puts her head down. But Grusing pushes. When was the last time you ever seen Gannon? And I want you to just notice how her head turns to the right. And it's interesting because what we tend to do is when we're pulling from a memory, and I told you guys this in probably the first part of this, it's horrible. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's strep, Maria. I just didn't go to the doctors, but I know it's gross. But when you're pulling from a memory, you tend to look in the same place. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I said she turned to her eyes to the right when she's pulling from a memory. Do anybody who was here for the part 1 of this, I said there was a couple of truths that we know she was saying in the beginning to try to get a baseline. And I said, she's looking to the right. Now let's try to remember that for the future. So she turns her head to the right and it's silent there. And most likely what's happening there when he's asking is the memory is being pulled from her brain. And it's really, really interesting to see that, because she's talking so much and so fast, she doesn't even have a chance to process what he's saying.
That's an easy question. You have to remember your last image again.
See?
Leticia, what was he doing? Why would you not answer that?
Because I'm giving you.
No, you haven't told me exactly what you saw when you saw him for the very last time. Did you see the back of his head? Did you see his face? What was his expression? Did he say goodbye to you? Tell me of your last, I wish I could see in your head right now. Your very last image is there, but you won't tell me. Why won't?
Notice she was covering her face, right? Because he's controlling. Think about it, you guys. When somebody says, don't think about an elephant, what does your brain do? You think about an elephant, right? So as there's this moment where Grusing is talking and she's just actually not responding, she's just sitting there. When he is asking, was he waving? Did you see the back of his head? Did you see the front of his head? She can't control what her brain does, and her brain will pull up the image. Your brain works faster than we consciously have control over. And it must be really bothersome. And I notice how she puts her hand over, almost kind of like she's trying to wipe the image out of her mind. But she cannot answer because the last image she has of Ganon would have been horrific. And it's only when Grusing turns it in a different direction that she's able to pull from the different area of her brain, which is the imagination, or she's taking a former memory, because watch what he's about to do. All right, I'm not saying, was he walking, when he got into the car, he asks her to pull a memory basically from when he was alive, and that was easier for her to do. But she cannot answer this question because it's a memory that stands prominently out in her mind.
What was his expression? Did he say goodbye to you? Tell me of your last, I wish I could see in your head right now. Your very last image is there, but you won't tell me. Why won't you tell me?
Because it's nothing bad to
Well, then tell me. If it's nothing bad, you would tell me. What's your last image of Ganon?
Sir, I don't have any bad images of Ganon.
I didn't say it was bad.
I don't have any.
What's the very last picture of seeing Ganon alive or not alive that you have in your brain?
He is alive. I'm not
then tell me the last time you saw him. What did you see?
Look at her looking at the wall.
Leticia, all that stuff you said earlier.
Okay.
Being a good person, you didn't hurt him, you didn't do.
She's looking away because, again, she's hiding something, and this has got to be extremely uncomfortable. I know, Lita B, I know. But she's facing away because she probably feels very vulnerable in this moment because his words are controlling basically a movie in her brain. As he's talking, no matter what, she cannot control. Her brain is responding. Did he say goodbye? She's thinking of it. Did he wave to you? She's thinking of it. Was he facing towards you, away from you? He's thinking of it. Her brain is responding to him. And I think it's interesting watching her lean to the wall because she's tired. She's getting exhausted. She's feeling defeated. But even wiping of her face. She's trying to stop the thoughts from going in her mind, but she can't. She can't. Thank you so much, Megsy. That is beyond generous and kind of you. Megsy gifted 5 memberships. Welcome to all of our newest members. Please thank Megsy if you received a membership. Thank you, Megsy. You're so generous. Yeah, he's like picking a lock. Exactly, Kate.
Like you said earlier.
Okay.
Being a good person, you didn't hurt him, you didn't do all this. I'm repeating it back to you. Why could you not tell me then? If all that is true, you know the last time you saw him. What would that hurt to tell me? Do you need time to think?
No, I don't.
Well, then tell me.
I don't need any time, sir.
What is wrong with that question?
There's nothing wrong with the question. I've already made it clear that I wasn't going to answer more questions.
You've never answered this one.
Because you have already predetermined what you want in your brain, along with everyone else.
Why do you care about what's in my brain?
So you just asked me about mine.
Yeah, because your brain's the only one that counts here. It doesn't matter what's in my brain. The very last time you saw Gannon, where was he? What was he doing?
Did y'all put a reward out?
There's no need to put a reward out.
Okay.
Deflection. Did y'all put an award out? And how she manages to turn this around on them, which would imply you not putting a reward out is the reason why Gannon hasn't been returned yet.
Can you please answer that?
See, you automatically have a predetermined thing in your brain.
No.
If you give me something else, I'll go there.
No, wow.
Why do you care about my brain, Leticia? Yours is the one that matters.
Sir.
What's the last thing you saw?
I'll tell you one more time. I did not hurt.
I didn't ask that. I did not ask that. I don't care. What is the last image you have of him?
Checked all these places I've been.
Why don't you answer that question?
Why don't you answer me? Have you checked all these places I've been, and where was Gannon? Was he there? Doesn't that have to sink in your brain for a little bit to say?
You're going to live with it for the rest of your life, Leticia. Why don't you tell me today?
I'm not living with anything horrible in my brain. I'm not.
Okay, well then it should be an easy question.
I've given you the answer.
Of the last time you saw him. No, you haven't.
No.
Because I'm afraid it's not the image that you want to be left with.
What? Sir, that's not going to convince me to say something that I didn't do.
Okay, then maybe it is the image. Then tell me. Why else would you not tell me?
Because you keep going with the same question, and if you've already
you won't answer it.
But you predetermined yourself.
No.
When I thought you were going to help, that was different. But you predetermined yourself.
You didn't tell me what the last thing you saw was, even with your answer there, and that's fine. If you want to tell me the thing with Angel, I don't care. I'm not going to
say anything other than saying, it will shock everyone. But I will promise you, I won't have to worry about nothing the rest of my life because I didn't do it. And it's going to come out.
What's going to come out? That you didn't tell the FBI who took Gannon, if that's your deal?
That's your
How is that going to shock everybody?
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
I didn't think you were guilty until you don't.
So, listener, when it comes out, it's going to shock everyone. Hey, my fellow Melissa. For top-notch presentation of part 5. I'm sorry you're sick. You rest and get well. Oh, no, I hope you get well, my fellow Melissa. Aw. But I'm happy to hear you. Well, hear from you. Oh, thank you, Nicola. You guys are the best. Congratulations. Whoever just got a membership from Nicola, please thank her in the chat. Thank you. But listen to Leticia, it's gonna shock everyone when the truth comes out. So Grusing very simply rebuttals that with what she said happened. What? When everyone finds out you dropped him off with Angel and lied to the FBI about because you were scared? And she rolls her eyes and like mad at him for saying that. Meanwhile, that is what her official narrative is. So even when you believe her, she gets mad at you. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jenya. But yeah, see? It's traumatic, yes. Yay, Thistle! You're no longer gray like Leticia's legs. No one likes being gray like Leticia's legs. I'm so happy, Thistle. Congrats.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I didn't think you were guilty until you don't answer the last time you saw him.
You came in this morning.
No, I did not.
And you automatically thought that. You automatically thought that already.
I was willing to listen if you were going to give me evidence to the contrary. But I have talked to many people who have seen someone disappear. It never goes away, that last image.
Oh, well.
It never goes away, and you've got it in your mind, and you won't tell me.
Right.
There is only one reason you won't tell me.
You're right. People do have, when people do bad things, their images stay in their brain. You're right.
Bad or good. A lot of these dads didn't know when the last time they were going to see their daughter.
I mean.
And they still remember it like it was yesterday, 14 years later.
Oh, yeah.
You remember the last time you saw Gannon.
Yeah.
So tell me what you saw.
Nothing negative.
So tell me what you saw.
I saw nothing negative. I saw nothing with Gannon.
You're not telling. You're telling me nothing. You're saying nothing. Okay. Just tell me what you did see. The positive.
Gannon.
Now watch how he leads her. Because it's a very easy question to have. She just keeps circling back around. He wasn't dead. I didn't hurt him. It wasn't negative. Okay, so then, holy fuck, what was the last time you saw him? It could very well be just getting into the back of Angel's car and he turned around and waved to me. Bam, easy as that, right? But she can't because the truth is so traumatic and stands out so prominently that she can't even push that aside to use the portion of her brain to create a false memory. Right, Blue. But so he leads her into this.
What you did see, the positive.
Gannon was fine. Gannon.
Where was he? Was he standing?
No, you said, tell me what I see.
Oh my God. Listen to her trying. Oh my God. Every way you could answer without answering. That is what Leticia's doing. Gannon was fine. Okay, we established that. Now, what did you see? Megsy, again, thank you. Megsy, you're so kind. Congratulations again. Whoever got a membership from Megsy, please thank Megsy in the chat. She's making sure nobody is green. Well, no, sorry. Nobody is gray like Tisha's legs, and you guys are green. There we go. Thank you so much, Megsy. Catherine says, thank you so very much. I appreciate this. Yay. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Megsy.
Gannon.
Where was he? Was he standing?
No, you said, tell me what I see. I'm just going to tell you.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt.
How Gannon was.
Okay.
Okay. Gannon was fine. Gannon, nothing was wrong with him. Gannon was happy. Gannon.
Oh my God. Gannon was fine. Nothing was wrong with him. Gannon was happy. Is that the last time you've seen it? Like, listen to her. Oh my God, it's infuriating.
Gannon, nothing was wrong with him. Gannon was happy. Gannon is my favorite stepchild. My favorite.
Wow.
I know everybody says they have favorites and things like that, or say they're not really necessarily favored or whatever, but he was.
Do you remember how we talked earlier?
Is.
Remember how we talked earlier about when I ask you a question and you go around?
I'm not answering that question.
You're saying you're giving me qualities of Gannon. You're not saying what you saw. You're saying he's a favorite stepson.
Sir.
What did you see?
Sir.
Was he standing or sitting?
I didn't do anything to Gannon.
I didn't say you did. I said your last memory.
Okay, well, I didn't do anything to Gannon. So.
Do you have it in your mind right now?
Yep.
Seeing him for the last time.
Oh, Well, it's not going to be the last time that I see him.
The last time you saw him, do you
It's not
have
gonna
that?
be the last time
Do you
I
have
see him.
that picture in your mind?
Good.
Yes or no?
I know you're really good at what you do. I appreciate that. You
Look
know
at that
that.
smile.
But I didn't do this. This is
Well, why
why.
don't you tell me the answer to that question?
Because you
It's
want.
not-
I'm not. Why would
I'm
I
not
keep answering questions for you?
But that is not a hard question to answer. I'm not saying did you kill him. I'm not saying did you put him in a forest. I'm not saying did you put him in a dumpster. This is just your last image. You've got to have it.
My images are happy lives. That's what it will always
not what you
be.
see.
I just sorry, and I don't mean to keep pausing, but I find it fascinating after Grusing explains this. He just was adamant. She could not. She could not. This became such an issue because of what she did. Because of what the last image she has of him, which is really horrific, guys. Like, you know, like, because she is emotionless. So if it clouded her brain that much and she doesn't care, just imagine how horrible it was.
In your brain.
Okay. Well, see, now you know my brain?
Yes, I know.
Oh my God.
You have an image of the last time you saw Gannon.
Okay.
If you didn't hurt him, why won't you tell me?
I already told you I didn't hurt him.
I know, but if you didn't, why would that image be a problem for
It's
you?
not a problem. I don't have a problem with anything.
Then tell me.
That's Kate.
I'm not accusing you of anything, Leticia. Just tell me the last time you saw him. This is an easy question compared to all the other ones we've done.
Oh.
Please.
Are you going to find him?
Yes.
Well,
Wow.
I would rather spend our time doing that because I don't have him. I didn't do anything with him, to him, or hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate all your work.
You can help us more than anybody on this planet. You can help me right now find Gannon. Let's start with the one question I asked you.
No. I don't
Why?
trust anymore for you because.
Well, just tell me why you don't want to answer that.
Because I've already, it doesn't matter. I can tell you I last saw Gannon when I went to the store this morning, and it could be legit true, and you would still be like, he was not at the store. I mean,
I will be able to tell if you say what he's wearing, or not even what he's wearing, how he was walking, you will remember this. And just you not answering it means you remember it.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you now are a psychologist.
No, it's behavior analysis.
Okay, good. I'm glad you have behavior analysis.
Bitch, listen, don't be trying to educate him in his field. All right, Miss Ma'am, who you could slick your hair back. And first of all, when you run your fingers through your hair as a lady, your hair is supposed to fall back into place. It's concerning that your hair slicks back like Danny Zuko in Grease just after sliding your fingers through it. Thank you, my fellow Melissa. You guys, thank you so much. Congratulations to all of our new members. Please thank Melissa, my fellow Melissa, in the chat if you just got one. Thank you. Jerry Wayne says thank you. Kelly says thank you. Yeah, you can't touch him intellectually. She's like, I didn't know you were a psychologist now. It's behavior analysis. Durr.
No, it's behavior analysis.
Okay, good. I'm glad you have behavior analysis. Okay.
I know, Betsy. You guys are
I appreciate you having behavior analysis. I mean, what else do you want me to say or do? I mean, what else?
So you don't want to answer that one?
I don't want to tell you anything else because.
Why? If it helps find Gannon, why would you not tell?
Because you already predetermined.
I didn't say you hurt him or anything. I think you know where he is, though.
You already predetermined this. You have.
Exactly.
The scene does tell the story,
okay,
yes.
So if that's your story, then I'm not going to keep saying anything because I know that is not the case. So if I keep saying anything to you, you're just going to keep blah, 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 blah about it. And I've been nothing but respectful to you. So I'm trying to remain respectful to you overall because I don't have any disrespect for you and I don't treat people like that. But putting me in a situation where I'm like saying to you, I cannot say anything else because you've expressed your predetermined what you think. You've already done that. So no matter what I say, I legit could take you right to Gannon and he would be standing there and you would still say to me, oh, that's not him. Or you would say something.
Listen to what she's saying. I can literally, Mr. Grusing, bring you to Gannon, and Gannon will be standing in front of you, and you will still say to me, that's not him. Are you freaking kidding me? No, he just calls you out on your blatant lies. Oh my gosh.
No,
do you know how good that would be for you?
Oh, trust me. Yes.
Well, then why do you care what I think?
You know how good that would be for me? Absolutely.
Why do you care what I think?
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry I had to keep pausing, but thank you, Lisa. Lisa just gifted out a membership. Congratulations. Please thank Lisa if you're the lucky recipient. You guys, thank you.
Did not care at all what I think.
I love seeing all the green.
You said I wouldn't think. If you could take us to Gannon right now, that would mean the world for you.
Trust me. If I knew, you think I would have already done that? You think like whatever time it was I first saw you, I wouldn't have been like, okay, look, even if I was just had him somewhere just because whatever reason that these theories are out there, I know I Googled a bunch of them to see what people had said. Even if, let's just say if, okay, he was sitting somewhere, and let's just say, okay, he had to get better because he was sick and had the flu. And I could take him.
Whoa. I don't remember this. Listen to her introducing a whole new fucking theory. Let's just say, sorry, look at the body position. I don't think that's a hole in her crotch. I think it's a tissue. Yes, Popcorn Popper. I think it's a tissue stuffed into her crotch, which please do not forget in one of her first interviews, and it's fucking written and logged in her arrest warrant, that she stuffed tissues down her pants. Okay. Let that sink in. Hey, Aaron. But now she's like, let's just say, come along with me for this ride. Let's just say that he was sitting somewhere and he was sick and needing to get better. Now oh my God, she was going for anything that she could do. But yeah, I think that's a tissue stuffed in her crotch.
Say, okay, he had to get better because he was sick and had the flu. And I could take you to him. And oh, he's better now. You think I wouldn't? You think it wouldn't be like a lot easier to be like, okay, yeah, he was this and, I had him waiting there. I'm sorry for you utilizing your resources and all those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say that to you.
Correct.
DNA.
Right? If I knew where he was, that's exactly what I would do. And I would say,
if you knew he was alive.
I know he's alive.
How do you know he's alive?
Because I know he's alive.
How?
Because I know he's alive.
We're the one agency that can help you find him right now, and you won't tell us. That makes no sense.
He could be, like, what if he didn't want to be found?
An 11-year-old.
I mean, you never know.
No, I know.
Again, Leticia, and you did not just call them pussy puffs, Mrs. Wendover. Oh, God. I'm too sick for this shit. So now he's no longer sick with the flu. Now, what if he just doesn't want to be found? Leticia, and you get mad when he doesn't believe your story about Angel, yet listen to you throw any possible scenario out there and just hoping something sticks.
Yeah. I mean, what if he didn't want to be found?
Yeah, so he bled
What
all
if he
over
wanted
his
to
house.
go somewhere? What if he wanted to go live with his mom, and maybe he wanted to go do whatever so he can come back and do this to go live with his mom? What if that was the case?
That could happen. And he could inflict these awful injuries to himself in his bedroom. Yeah. And then he could tell you to do false reporting. And then you're going to have to be, just like you're scared of these guys, you'd be scared of Gannon. And you would do the false reporting because Gannon told you to.
No, it has nothing to do with being, I was giving you a scenario. That's all. I wasn't saying anything about false reporting.
She definitely does,
I'm
Steve.
giving you a scenario. I was saying,
If Gannon didn't want to be found, I guess.
I'm saying, or Gannon could have been like, what if he would have said, if I would have told you that he said to me, hey, I want to go live with my mom. Can you help me get there? And along the way, helping him get there, let's just say, oh, the bus, something happened when he got on the bus.
Now we went from he's sick with the flu, all within a minute, sick with the flu and recovering, to he doesn't want to be found, to what if I was helping him get back to his mom, and somewhere along the way, like let's just say getting on the bus, something tragic happens. All in a 1 minute period.
Let's just say, oh, the bus, something happened when he got on the bus or something. You would still sit there and say to me, well, you know, it's your fault because da-da-da-da-da.
And then you could care less what I thought or what I said because I don't have any meaning to you. Leticia, after today, you're not going to see me again until we're in the courtroom a year or 2 years from now, whatever that is.
I understand that, too.
I'm insignificant in your life. So you don't need to care at all what I think. The way you could help yourself today, and I'm not saying this to benefit me in any way, is to tell us how to find Gannon. That changes everything for you. Alive or dead. If you tell us,
not dead. Please stop saying that.
I said alive or dead. You can help us find him. You're the only one that can. I think it's too hard for you.
It's not hard, sir.
It's impossible.
No.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Because I've worked with people like you before.
Well,
Leticia.
I'm glad you're classifying me as people like me.
What do you think people like you are?
She's so tired. Well, she's just so quick to respond, okay? She's just so quick to respond. She's not even paying attention to what she's saying at this point. Oh, okay. I'm glad you're classifying people as me then. What? What? What does that even mean? Tisha, like, my God. She's just bouncing anything, his own words back to him, but doesn't even make sense.
You're classifying me as people like me.
What do you think people like you are? They call in and say your father-in-law got killed by a car or whatever.
Simply what I think they are.
You got away with spinning stories and dodging questions your whole life.
So now you know me my whole life?
Yeah. I can look back a little bit. I don't know you when you were 5 or 13 or 16. But I think something bad happened. And you've been able to avoid trouble. But that doesn't happen in this case.
Okay,
these stories that you told are much worse for you than if you had just said, the best thing you could have said is, Gannon just went, and that's it. I'm not saying anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But you describing all these injuries to him, even to us today, is awful.
Injuries? But it's not injuries like that.
Yes, you talked about it.
No, it's not even injuries. Kids.
Is right. Look at her get mad again. Look at her get mad again. You never had a splinter, sir? Is that what you want me to believe? Jim John Doe? No, sir. You've never had a fucking splinter. She gets mad. I've never.
But it's not injuries like that.
Yes, you talked about it.
No, it's not even injuries. Kids they're just all the time. You raise children and they never got hurt. Like they never.
Not all on the last day they're seen alive.
That's not even how it was. You're making it out to be like some whatever. That's not even how it was.
Tell me how it was then.
Gannon and I are very close. Okay.
But see, that's what you don't do. You say generalizations when I ask you, how was it?
Why? I don't even know what you're asking me.
The injury that caused that pool in the corner. It's not a little scratch on his head.
Okay, why don't you test it and see what day it came from? If that's what you're telling me.
First off, hi Sabrina. She says, why don't you test it? Did it come back for the 27th of January? Okay. But let it sink in that prior to this interrogation, she did not even know that they could determine whose blood was whose. I showed you guys the messages she had with a law enforcement officer, and she was trying to say for a while it was her miscarriage. And then it was a mix between her and Gannon's until she was told. And then she also was accounting for other people's blood in the garage. And it took the law enforcement officer saying they're able to determine whose blood is who. Like, you can't say that was your blood. They'll know if it was Gannon. So now she's acting like, did you even test for the day? Did you even test? And did you see? How do you know that blood didn't come back from November 18th? Huh? How do you know that? I didn't know that blood can... Yeah, on the wall, Harlot. Oh, yeah. She said some graphic... I won't even repeat some of the things that she said. If you know, you know from the pretext calls, but it went from a mixture of her and Gannon's blood, miscarriage, down to very inappropriate sources of the blood. Hi, Doodle.
Test it and see what day it came from. If that's what you're telling me, why don't you test it and see what day?
So it didn't happen on Monday.
No,
it happened on Saturday.
I'm asking you. You are the one who are telling me, no matter what I say, you're telling me it's your way or no way. So why don't you tell me
well,
what
I'm
day
saying
that
it's
was?
a significant enough injury that he was not going to be normal after that.
No, what?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's what they told me.
Okay, well, that is awful that people aren't normal after anything like that.
It's a significant
Because I had puddles of blood. I remember that I had puddles of blood.
We're not talking about you. We're talking about 11
that I did. And there was no significant injury that I died.
Do you not find that coincidental?
What, sir?
That the blood on the wall and by his bed,
on the
mattress.
The blood that you or your team allowed people to be in the house.
That has no bearing on this.
Okay, well, if it doesn't, then okay.
It doesn't.
Okay, so. Okay. Maybe check one of them.
Are you ready to tell me the last time you saw Gannon?
Maybe check one of them. Because...
I bet you they can tell me the last time they saw Gannon, even though it was months before. I bet Al can tell you the last time he saw Gannon, even though he didn't know that was going to be the last time. I guarantee you he's got an image of Gannon. You were the last one with him, Leticia.
Okay.
What do I need to say to help you? I'm serious.
You do not want to help me.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You want me to tell you what you want to hear. That's what you want.
No.
Yes.
I have never wanted people to tell me what I want to hear. If it doesn't lead me to finding Gannon or the truth of this matter, I could care less what it is. Like I said, most of the time, I'm wrong. I have to have people like you tell me the truth. If you didn't have anything to hide, you tell me your last image of me.
Have anything to hide.
Then tell me. That's not a guilt or innocence question. Just your last image of Gannon. Okay, now you don't have to tell me the last time you saw him, just your last image in your head. What's the last image in your head you have of him?
Smiling.
Where was he?
Yep, you said last image. That's
the last, and there's only a few minutes left of this. The last image in your head of Ganon. Smiling. Now we know that that's not the truth. But here she is again trying to control. Desperately out of control, trying to control.
smiling.
Where was he?
Yep, you said last image. That's the
I mean,
image.
was he sitting? Is he standing? Is he laying down? What's he doing?
Walking.
Now she chooses this wisely. Smiling, walking, and now listen to the next thing she says.
Towards you or away from you?
Away.
Smiling, walking away from her. And the reason that she chooses that is to indicate he was happy. He was physically up and walking, and it was away from her. She's not responsible. Do you think he's stupid, Leticia? Yeah, nothing to say now, huh? Yeah, her eyes
questions for me? Any questions for me?
her eyes were, that was an awkward silence. And this is where it's going to end in a couple of minutes. But this is where Grusing realizes he's not going to get anything from her. He got enough for her to incriminate herself more further. But look at the way that she glances up at him. But then also, you know, that when he asks, is there any questions you have for me? She is discouraged also that it's coming to an end because she thinks when she's talking, she thinks she's in control at least. With this ending, she's going to have a hard time accepting that's it. And hence why she pulls the stunt she pulls after this.
Do you have any questions for me? Any questions for me?
No.
No, I'm asking you. Have I not asked you a question that I should be asking you? Anything? I don't have the answers, Leticia.
Looking down at
will
the
help
corner.
you if I can, but I can't. What I've got right now. You all right? You understand that?
Yeah.
Anything?
Anything what?
Is there anything I need to ask you that I haven't?
Mm-hmm.
You go see if Mark don't need anything.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Sure.
So I can.
This is now when I'll let it play out.
Well, I think we're done, Leticia.
Okay.
Look at that smile, that little smirk she has though when he says that.
Well, I think we're done, Leticia.
Okay.
So from here, like I said, you're going to have to go to whatever the jail that holds you in. Colorado's got the warrant, so they're going to transport you in.
Okay.
Do you have anything else for me? I think we've talked for long enough today, but if you have something you want to say, I'll sit here for another 4 hours.
All right. Well, where's the warrant?
The warrant's in the system. It's in the OCIC is what they call it.
Where's the warrant?
The warrant's in the system. It's in the OCIC is what they call it. So that's what they picked you up on today, was the arrest warrant from Colorado.
Okay.
So you're going to be going back there. Anything else?
What do I get charged with again?
First-degree murder for Gannon Stauch.
With a smirk. She knows damn well. She knows damn fucking well what she is being charged with. But she asks again to play dumb and act like it's so far off she doesn't even know what these charges are.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to be going back there. Anything else?
What do I get charged with again?
First-degree murder for Gannon Stauch. That's what I was trying to come in here with you to help you, is if we find Gannon, that makes a big difference.
You'll let me go.
We'll let you go?
Give you life.
You'll let me go. And he's like, we'll let you go because he knows Gannon's not alive. And that's why she had to clarify, oh, if he's alive. You dumb. If he was alive, you would have already gave that information. And yes, of course you wouldn't be charged with first-degree murder if he was alive, you fucking moron.
You to help you, is if we find Gannon, that makes a big difference.
You'll let me go.
We'll let you go?
Give you life.
If he's alive, you might as well try it. I can't speak for the district attorney. I'm not an attorney. I'm an investigator.
Okay.
If he's alive and you can get us Gannon, yes, good things will happen to you today versus getting shipped back to Colorado.
All right. Can I talk to you about time? Just one more, please.
Now, this is where she claims she suffers a miscarriage. So she gets taken to the hospital after this. And not only a miscarriage, I think it was also infected with COVID. I have to pull up the records to remember exactly how it went, but it's detailed and I have them. I'll pull them up for next time. So just like the last time, guys, why she also went for the miscarriage is because the last time she was being interviewed and shit got tough, she put on a panic attack, okay? And the ambulance had to come. And we could go over that footage next if you guys want to. And she got taken to the hospital. And guess what? That's when she left the hospital and she had Harley and her friend pick her up. She got out of it. So that's why Leticia, yes, Olivia, that's why Leticia thought, I'm going to do that again. Now I'm suffering a miscarriage. Take me to the hospital. I'm going to try to ditch again. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, not tonight, but next we could do it. No, Olivia, oh no. Nor did she have COVID.
I had already got one.
Do you have an attorney you'd like to call? Do you have the number?
Well, I would got the Google number because you have my phone, but Laura can get the number or some guy from here, but he would kind of work with her.
You're gonna call an attorney now? You're gonna call an attorney now? Oh, that narcissism, baby. That narcissism.
Okay. Well, I imagine Laura's probably notified him already.
No, I mean, she would have to know how to get funds to get home. Because he said pre-investigative, let's just wait and then call as soon as whatever.
Okay.
And then I could give him information if the accountants pay us off money to do.
Well, I'm pretty sure we need to get you into custody now. I mean, the reason that I took you out there is I thought you could have information on camera.
Well, you just said that. So you said.
And keep in mind, she just had him leave the room because she's like, all right, I got to talk to you about it. So that's the only reason he let her walk out of the room. She opened the fucking door. But then he brought her right back in because he's like, I only let you go out there because I thought you were about to hand me information. Not fucking, what?
Well, I'm pretty sure we need to get you into custody now.
Right.
I mean, the reason that I took you out there is I thought you could have information on camera.
Well, you just said that. So you said I can't call him?
What do you need to call him for?
Because I have the right to an attorney to represent me, so...
Correct. And you want this attorney to represent you in the Colorado case?
Yes.
Do you know a number?
No, that's why I said I need to get Laura.
You need to get Laura. All right, let me see if we've got that.
Oh, Tisha.
They're calling Laura. You need to go to the restroom again? Okay. Put your earphones in. Yep, there's something up.
And that's where it ends. But after that, she claims, I'm in the midst of suffering a miscarriage and contracting COVID-19. And so she's taken to the hospital where, she's attempting to leave like she did the last time. And it is confirmed that she is neither pregnant nor has COVID-19. So that is one of the most bizarre, along with Jodi Arias, man, one of the most bizarre interrogations I've ever seen. But it accurately describes Leticia. So we could play the other one of when she went to the hospital and she had the EMTs come and she put on a good performance, laying on that couch pretending to be dazed and confused. Where am I? How old am I? What? And she did. She ran out of the hospital that time. So it worked that one instance, but we could go through it all. But thank you. So yeah, COVID-induced miscarriage. Yes, Miss Bendover, but she was neither pregnant or had COVID. So thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for anybody who had gifted memberships or sent a super chat. Your support is always so greatly appreciated. Yes, Bethel's interview is gold. We could watch that next. But I'm going to go relax, feel better for anybody else who is sick, because it seems like a lot of us are sick right now. So I hope you guys all feel better. I'm going to try to come on for a daytime live tomorrow for Soraya's case. There might be a chance I won't be able to, depending on how I feel, but I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will talk to you all soon, and we could stop, drop, and roll out of here.
For the interviews, because I don't have any fancy clothes.
You go to my closet, you take whatever you need. You too, Brennan. You guys got to look sharp. It's the most important day of our lives, okay?
Okay, Dad.
What's your name? What's your age? Where you from? What's your sign? Who you love? What's your style? What you do? What you drive? Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like a pro. Do that. Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like a pro. Do that. Hit top, rollie, boy, we know you phony. Take her to the mall and buy her what she want it. Already smashed, so I'ma let the homie. RP my cash and RP a Kobe. If you're born in September, then you know you're my type. If I see you on Tinder, then I gotta swipe right. If you're born in October, then you're just like me. Here's a resume, can you fill this out, please? What's your name? What's your age? Where you from? What's your sign? Who you love? What's your style? What you do? What you drive? Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like a pro. Do that. Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like